Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video has become sort of an annual tradition where we sit down and talk about the brand new products from Esp Guitars, and I'm really excited because they always seem to roll out, honestly, like maybe the most amount of products every single year. So today's gonna be a lot of fun, alright? Just gotta do the typical YouTube thing, but if you're brand new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much in advance. Let's not waste any time. Let's hop on into the brand new Esp Guitars. So let's enter the Esp Guitars website. Let's just sit down, hang out, and chill and look at products and see what's new. Alright, boom. So starting right off, we got a Hex 6-string black satin flying V. This looks like some sort of signature guitar if I had to guess. Let's see here. Oh, okay, so this is the cat from Behemoth. Alright, cool. I mean, 1,200 bucks. Oh wait, no, not 1,200 bucks. I thought $2,000 for an LTD. Oh my goodness. I read that wrong. I thought it said $11.99, not $19.99. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, starting off with a lot of money. Alright, so we have, let's see here. It looks like we got some Fishmans, 25.5-inch scale. Alright, mahogany 3-piece maple neck, ebony board, black satin, thin U, 24 extra jumbo, LTD locking tuners. Alright, Fishman Moderns. Okay, so Fishman Moderns in a signature Behemoth guitar. Do we have stainless steel frets on this thing? Probably, right? At auto for $2,000. I mean, it's certainly a very metal looking guitar, right? I mean, alright. This one right here is going to be really cool. This one's going to be one of the more iconic and sought after guitars, I'm calling it right now. We have an 8-string Javier Reyes signature guitar with a floating Floyd and a Super Strat. This guitar is going to just like absolutely kill on the market. This is going to be one of those like iconic, legendary, sought after guitars. Similar to like, I don't know, like the Squire Baritone Jazzmaster or something, you know what I mean? Like where it has like a lot of lore and like they're incredibly desirable as the years go on. I really think this guitar is going to have that. That being said, oh my goodness, man. 2,500 bucks for an LTD. My goodness, dude. The inflation has really hit the guitar market really, really hard. 2,500 bucks for an LTD. 27-inch baritone scale, 5-piece maple walnut alder body, maple board, okay. 22 extra jumbo. Again, I don't know if it's stainless steel frets or not. Let's see. Yeah, 22 extra jumbo frets. So it doesn't look like these are stainless steel. I know last year some of the LTDs had stainless steel frets, and that was like kind of like the big selling point. I don't know if those ever rolled out. Did we ever see any of those from last year, early 2022? Regardless, these are cool, man. I'm assuming we have some Fishmans if I had to guess here. Fishman Fluis 8-string Javier Reyes signature classic open core bridge pickup and Fishman single close. Yeah, so this is a beautiful guitar and spec'd out to the max. I mean, this is really, really cool, man. Really cool guitars here. I love the color. Gold is really sick. I love gold top guitars. Hey, let's check it out. The E2s are back. All right, so I don't know if the E2s really had any new models last year. And I think there was like rumors, or at least, you know, we were speculating that the E2s were going to be phased out, but they're back. And I believe, I heard some rumors, I haven't confirmed this yet, we will here in a second, but I've heard some rumors that they have a very specific upgrade. And I'm excited about that. So this one's cool, man. We have an E2 Snow White, 1 Fishman volume. I mean, this is actually relatively affordable here in 2023 for an E2. The E2s are like the bridge between like the high-end, super high-end ESPs and the LTDs. That's a nice middle ground. So $2,000 for this. I mean, it only does have 1 pickup, but I would be comfortable if I was in the market for one of these to pay $2,000 for this guitar. ESP guitars and E2s, they have a great reputation for amazing quality and just, you know, they're incredibly sought after, all the above, right? So I think that's a fair price point. 25.5-inch scale. Looks like we have 1 white Fishman Modern if I had to guess here. And if you look, 24 extra jumbo stainless steel frets. So they did it. They finally put stainless steel frets on the E2s. These are cool, man. Finally, we got some stainless steel frets on the E2s. I really dig this guitar, actually. Very minimalistic. It's kind of like something like, I don't know, like maybe Jeff Lynne would play or somebody like that. Just, you know, very stripped down rock and roll machine. It's cool, man. Cool guitar. I certainly like the Snow Whites over like the all blacked out guitars. I just think these pop more like on stage or under stage lights and stuff like that. Black guitars kind of get like lost in the mix, but black guitars, like they're more evil and cool looking. But I don't know, something about all white guitars, they really pop. I think Lizzie Hale said that with one of her signature guitars, like they just pop from the back of the stage or back of the venue. You can see it on stage. You know what I mean? Moving right along. All right, so we have an EC1000 LTD camo. I don't really know how I feel about camo. I kind of don't like camo. When I was like younger, like 19, something like that, I thought camo was sick. I don't know. Kind of like as I get older, my my older years here on Earth. I kind of don't really like camo all that much, but these are cool, you know, nonetheless. I mean, it's a very like Willie Adler without being Willie Adler guitar. Looks like we got Fishman Moderns, and if we have stainless steel frets, that'd be super rad. Yep, there we go, boom, stainless steel frets. $1,300. See, like, this is great. $1,300 for a stainless steel fret Fishman equipped guitar, ESP LTD. $1,300 makes sense. I think that's a fair price point here in 2023. Candy Apple Red MH1000 with an Evertune and Fishman's. That's a pretty cool looking color. I usually don't really like red guitars all that much, but I don't know, like that satin metallic, that candy apple, it kind of works. That's kind of cool. Ah, here we go. E2 Eclipse. Check this thing out. Oh my goodness. $2,800. It's crazy, man. This guitar like 5-6 years ago would have cost like maybe like $1,800. We had it so good back in the day, we didn't even realize it, right? You know, can't blame ESP or anybody. It's just the way of the world anymore. What a bummer. But regardless of the price, this thing is sick, dude. Look at that top. We've got Fishman Moderns, I guess I'm assuming here, and some stainless steel frets. Let's just double check that. 24 3/4 inch scale, stainless steel frets, boom, right there. And then the pickups, Fishman Moderns. So ESP is going all in on Fishman Moderns. They're not really equipping much guitars with EMGs anymore. It's all Fishmans. Fishmans are bust, right? We got a new Stephen Carpenter baritone here. This kind of looks like what you would expect from Steph and ESP. $1,800 for an LTD. That is a little steep, but I don't know. This is like kind of like an exception to the rule. One, it's a signature guitar. The artist has to get paid. It's a very specific guitar, baritone, 7-string with Fishmans. So that being said, it's a little expensive, but in the grand scheme of things, can't really blame them, right? Moving right along, we got an LTD Vulture signature James Hetfield guitar for $1,600. Okay, these have some EMGs because James is an EMG artist. That's cool. Do these have stainless steel frets? I'm curious. Probably not, right? Yeah, no, 22 extra jumbo frets. Yeah, for some reason I didn't think that they would. I don't know. I feel like, who am I to say? But I just feel like James Hetfield's kind of like a traditionalist sort of player. So that kind of makes sense for me. This guitar right here, we got two of these to check out. This is probably my favorite one of the bunch. $1,800, little expensive, but we have a Bill Kelleher Sunburst. They're calling it vintage silver Sunburst, which is interesting. I'm not sure why they're not calling it Goldburst, because that's kind of what it is. This guitar looks badass, man. This takes the cake. This is definitely the best guitar visually, in my opinion, out of the bunch. So congrats to ESP, LTD, and Bill for making this thing. This is beautiful. What kind of pickups we got in here? Mojo Tone Hellbenders. Okay. Interesting. Definitely a signature guitar going with some Mojo Tones, right? Because usually it's just Fishmans or EMGs, right? So Mojo Tone. Very cool. And then I'm trying not to be a broken record here, but I'm just double checking. 24 extra jumbo frets. Okay, so not stainless steel. So it just seems like the signature guitars don't have stainless steel frets, maybe to keep the price point down, and then the non-signature guitars have stainless steel frets. That's kind of the pattern I'm seeing here. Vintage Silver Sunburst Sparrowhawk. I'm not really a fan of the Sparrowhawk. It's cool. It gets wild looking, but it's just not really for me. If I had to pick, obviously I'd go with the single cut right here, the BK 600. All right, this one's cool. This one's fun to say. The E2 M2 Neck Through. They rhymed that. Snow White. This is kind of cool, man. Check this out. So this guitar right here is like the perfect quintessential super shredder, super strat in 2023. Fishman's, real Floyd, stainless steel frets, like upgraded and spec'd out to the max. You can't upgrade this any better, in my opinion, without just like making it a personal preference. You know what I mean? I mean, Fishman pickups and a real Floyd, can't go wrong with that. Stainless steel frets, it's sick, man. So this is actually a really cool guitar. So $2,600, in my opinion, actually makes a lot of sense. That's actually not bad. All right, we got a new Gary Holt. We got what's this, an Arrow, if I'm not mistaken? Or at least a V of some kind. Oh my goodness. $2,300 for an LTD. Oh, man. In my opinion, I think this is one of the coolest signature guitar like aesthetics out there with the red binding. I remember when the single cut came out like 6-7 years ago with the red EMGs. That's really cool, man. So Gary Holt obviously has like a signature aesthetic with his guitars, like the red that always pops. That's cool, man. Floyd Rose 1000 EMGs. Okay. Stainless steel frets. Oh, here we go. Okay, 22 extra jumbo stainless steel frets. So my hypothesis about 5 minutes ago was incorrect. Here we have a signature guitar with stainless steel frets. That's probably why the price point is as such. So, I mean, it kind of actually makes sense when you think about it. This price point actually does make sense. Very spec'd out. The only thing that would be a little bit more desirable would be a more higher end Floyd, but you know, what are you gonna do, right? So I think that's actually a pretty sick guitar. E2 Eclipse Floyd Rose. Oh man, that's badass looking. This guitar is like that other like Snow White guitar we just checked out like 2 minutes ago, but obviously with a cooler top. Charcoal burst. Charcoal burst is very desirable. Like whenever PRS does like a really cool charcoal burst, they're always sold out like on online retailers and such. So $3,000. I mean, I think that's actually kind of fitting. I mean, it's jarring to see that price point, but you know, keeping up with the times, right? So $3,000 for that guitar. It's actually pretty sick. That's probably my second favorite, actually. Now that I look at it, no, it's probably my third favorite behind the red cherry burst Eclipse. So this is probably my third favorite. Now let's just keep on talking about the price point. $3,700 for an E2. Looks like we got some bare knuckles in there. Oh my god, dude! Almost $4,000 for an E2. Almost $4,000. Bare knuckle aftermath. Okay. Floyd Rose original, 24 extra jumbo stainless steel. Like 5-6 years ago, this was almost the prices of like real ESP custom shops. Wow, man. What a time to be alive, right? Almost $4,000 for an E2. I'm really like, I love these guitars. I love ESP. I'm really not trying to be negative or whatever, but like, it's just interesting to see how like just the price points are just skyrocketing, man. Here's another one with some aftermaths as well. Yep. So it looks like any guitar that has bare knuckles in it also jacks up the price as well compared to Fishman's or EMG's. This Mercury Blueburst is pretty cool, pretty interesting looking. $3,300. Tiger's Eye Sunburst, this one's pretty sick right here. This E2. $3,000 with some Fishman's. Okay, that's actually pretty sick. Check that out. Hip shot bridge, truss rod adjustment at the bottom here. I mean, that's pretty cool. And then last but not least, we have a Black Beauty, basically E2 Eclipse full thickness, Fishman's and an Evertune. That's pretty beautiful. This is probably my fourth favorite out of all the other ones we've checked out. And then these have been out for a while, these new Kirk Hammett guitars. Kirk Hammett is just like getting like a new signature guitar from some company like every single week. So congrats to Kirk, man. That's pretty sick. I don't know. I feel like this video has kind of been a bit of a downer and a little bit of a bummer, and I'm really not trying to be that way. I love ESP guitars. I think they look absolutely amazing and absolutely stunning, and anytime I've ever had the ability to try some of my friends' ESP guitars or, you know, try them out in a store or what have you, I've had nothing but an amazing experience playing their instruments. But that being said, my responsibility, I guess you'll say, with this channel and just who I am on the internet, or whatever you want to call it, is to cover the news and talk about the guitars and talk about, you know, all the things we love to geek out about, right? So that being said, the one thing that's a bit of a bummer is just how expensive these are. I mean, we're talking like close to $3,000 for LTDs and close to $4,000 sometime with some E2s. And yes, they're spec'd out like nobody's business, and I'm so excited for all that. But it's an interesting time to want to buy a new guitar, you know what I mean? So with that being said, everybody, what do you guys think of my thoughts and opinions? I'll say it one more time. I love ESP guitars. I think they're beautiful, and I've never had a bad thing to say about their build quality or how they sound or how they play. But it's just interesting. What a time to be alive. A lot of expensive, shiny new things, right? So let me know what you guys think of this news down below in the comment section, and I'll meet you down below, okay? With that being said, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. See you guys next time. Later.